In this episode of Highlight Sundays, eBay gets hacked and Google buys Twitch. Hello and welcome back to Highlight Sundays. It is the 21st week of 2014 and here are your highlights. We start off first with our PSA of the week. This article comes from Engadget and is entitled eBay asks all users to change their passwords following cyberattack. Unfortunately, just from this article we don't have a lot of details, but well, the main message is clear, and that is eBay has faced a hack of some sort. Passwords are possibly compromised, so if you have an account with them, do reset your password. According to the official statement by eBay, well, it seems that a hacker has gained access to their login database. This means usernames and encrypted passwords. However, no data pertaining to financial stuff was lost in any way. The password stored in the login database is encrypted, which means that the hacker cannot simply just copy the value and log into your account. However, if the hackers have enough data, they can actually reverse engineer your password from the hashed version. It's generally a time-consuming and difficult process, so it's not expected to be too huge of an issue. To be safe, simply change your password. If you use the same password on other sites, it's a good idea to change those as well. Moving on to one of the more discussed articles from this week, it seems that YouTube, in other words Google, is actually buying Twitch.tv for $1 billion. For those of you who are not aware, Twitch is basically a streaming site. It is primarily used for gaming purposes. In other words, people run some software to capture the games they're playing, they'll add commentary, and all that stuff gets streamed to Twitch. So I'm going to give you a very quick, condensed rundown of what could possibly happen if this deal were to go through. First of all, it's obvious that Google's attempt at doing live stream stuff hasn't really taken off, which means that their acquisition of Twitch means that now there's an official Google way to do live streaming. And on the other hand, Twitch has its own problems as well, because let's say you did a live stream and you actually told Twitch to record this and save it as a VOD. Well, playing back the VOD is generally not a very pleasant experience because it loads very slowly. So this is where they can harness the power of Google as well. So definitely both sites have something to gain from doing this. Each one of these sites have their own monetization models. Obviously both sites use ads, but Twitch also has paid subscriptions. Twitch also has a different method of serving up ads. Will they change these two systems so that they become similar? Well, honestly, I don't know how they would do it if they wanted to, because inherently these are two different pieces of media. Obviously, there are a few disadvantages as well. For example, if the whole copyright system of YouTube gets put onto Twitch, then Twitch creators will feel more restricted. But then again, if you're doing things above board, things shouldn't be too bad for, a normal Twitch user. Of course, there is also the very huge worry of Google Plus integration actually being forced into Twitch the way it was forced onto YouTube. So all I can say is I hope that doesn't happen, because Google Plus integration on YouTube didn't go down very well. To this day, still not very well done. All I can say is I hope that is something that can be cleaned up over time. Now, according to the article, it seems that there are indeed talks, because this actually started out as a rumor, but it seems that this has been confirmed by sources such as Wall Street Journal. But what they're saying right now is that the talks are at a very early stage, so we have no idea when this will actually go through. Maybe it might even fall apart entirely. Let's hope not. I guess all I can say is I'm looking forward to the changes that will be brought about to both parties when this happens. Now, obviously, my assessment of the situation is a very brief one. If you want to actually find out more, I have two additional links for you. One of them is an additional article from Ars Technica, and the other is a video from YouTube user Total Biscuit, who, being in the industry, knows a lot more and is able to actually see things from the perspective of someone who is actively using and making money off both YouTube and Twitch. Moving on to an article from Mashable, this one is entitled Nest recalls 440,000 smoke alarms. So here's the deal. Nest are the guys who made thermostats and things like that Google bought a few months back. Apparently, right now what's happening is they are recalling every single one of the smoke detectors they've ever made. So here's the problem. Once in a while, a smoke alarm will have a false positive, it will actually go off even though, it's actually safe, it's actually okay. One feature built into the device is you can actually wave your hand to actually silence the alarm. Unfortunately, the detection for this feature is too sensitive, and as a result, even like normal moving around might be interpreted by the device as a command to basically silence the alarm. So the problem comes about when there is an actual emergency, and if your moving around actually silences the alarm, then that is bad because there is a legitimate need for the alarm to sound, and if you cut it off, people may not be warned of the emergency. The article stresses that there has been no such incidents of this kind, and they're doing this as a precautionary measure. The article also assures us that the product will go back on shelves soon. Now, if you personally own such a device and you do not wish to turn it in, you can actually just go in, tweak the settings to switch off this feature, and you'll be fine. So if you're interested to find out more, including how to actually switch off this feature, do head down to the video description. You can check out the article, you can check out the instructions that actually teach you how to turn off this feature. And right before we wrap up this episode, let us take a look at our recommendation of the week. This article comes from Lifehacker and it's entitled Unwhiteboard Cleans Whiteboard Photos with an Email. So here's the deal. Let's say you have some drawing or writing on a whiteboard and you want to archive it. So what you do is you take a photo of it and basically you email that photo to this particular email address. This email address is owned by, well, the guys who run this Unwhiteboard app. What they'll do is they'll have an algorithm that looks at an image and it'll tweak around the levels until basically the white portion gets really white, which will create the look of, like actual writing on just a white surface. If you were to take an image that is a whiteboard photo and you brought it into a program like Photoshop and you tried to fix it, essentially that is the exact set of steps that this app goes through. Except this app does it automatically for you and all you have to do is to send it an email. So quite an interesting idea. If you ever have a need for something like this, maybe you can give it a try. Head down to the video description as always for the article link. Anyway, that pretty much wraps it up for this episode of Highlight Sundays. Nothing very much to vlog about this week, so well, that's pretty much it for today. As always, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, you're watching 0612 TV. Hello, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, remember that I appreciate every like, favorite, and comment you give me. If you'd like to see more from me in the future, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And for more updates outside of YouTube, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at 0612TV. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.